Hello everyone and welcome back to course 2 in our lesson on algebraic equations, switching over from expressions to equations. And this lesson is about how we can use algebraic expressions to solve real world problems. Let's get started. In previous lessons, we learned about writing and evaluating mathematical algebraic expressions. So for example, 3 less than the product of 2 and some number m, or 2 times m minus 3. Compare that mathematical expression to a real-world context. Jesse earned 3 less than twice Michael's salary. And if we let m equals Michael's salary, then basically we have the same algebraic expression. So in this algebraic expression, we're using a context, meaning a real-life situation. In this one, it's just mathematical. So you're probably wondering why we learn about expressions in a unit about equations. Well, an algebraic equation is simply 2 equivalent algebraic expressions. So let's take the other example, but add a little bit to it. So Jesse earned less than twice Michael's salary. And we're going to add this. If Jesse earned $2,793, write an equation to find out how much Michael earned. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat there. So now if we add the expression 2,793, now we have an equation. So this equation is 2 equivalent expressions. We're saying that this is equal to this. So we need to know how to write real-world algebraic expressions before we learn how to write real-world equations. So that's why we're going over algebraic expressions one more time before we dive into equations. Now let's get started. All right, so example 1. In Mr. James' math class, the girls' average score was 6.5 points higher than the boys' average score. We're going to write an algebraic expression, help us determine the girls' score, and then we're going to evaluate that expression if we know the boys' average score. So it's 3 steps you can follow. 1, you want to restate the math in your own words. 2, you want to define your variable, and then you can write your expression. So my restatement will be, the girls' average score is 6.5 points more than the boys' average score. I'm going to say B is a boys' average score. Sorry, guys. Now I can write my expression. 6 points more than boys, and I said B was boys. 6.5 plus B, or B plus 6.5. So that's my expression. Now let's evaluate that. Because we know B is 83 and 6/10. 83 and 6/100. 6.5 plus 83 and 6/100. Make sure I line up my decimal. So the girls' average score was 89 and 56/100 per game. Points per game. Okay? So I suggest you follow steps. If you don't write them all down, at least do it in your head. But until you get really good at it, you might want to write down what you're doing. Okay? All right, let's try and do 2 more. Latika is on vacation in Sri Lanka. She wants to rent a moped to ride on the beach. The shop charges a flat rental rate of $20 per hour. $20 plus $12 per hour. We're going to write an algebraic expression to find the total cost, and then we're going to evaluate that expression for 4 hours. So we're going to restate the math. To rent a moped, she has to pay $20 plus 12 times each hour she rides. You can put in your own words, or you can write it in my words. But what don't we know? What's our variable? We don't know how many hours. So what would our expression be? 20 plus 12 times each hour, or 20 plus 12 times h, because we said h was number of hours. That's our expression. So now we want to evaluate that, apply it, and see how much she would pay if she rented the moped for 4 hours. So 20 plus 12 times h, we know h equals 4. 20 times 12 plus 4. 20 plus 12 times 4. 20 plus 48. It would cost her $68 to rent the moped for 4 hours. Okay, so actually once again my clock disappeared, so we'll stop right here and we'll come and try and wrap this up on the next